Hello, how's it going? My name is Ori Sky, and this is going to be a any percent speedrun of Rolling Star, a Metroidvania game that came out earlier this year in about March, and I've been playing it for about a month now, having a lot of fun trying to speedrun it and learn new routes, new strats, and that sort of thing. So without further ado, I guess let's get into it, and I will explain what the speedrun is all about, and explain some of the tricks that are coming up. So let's go ahead and, yeah, that's good. Alright, time should begin in 3, 2, 1, go. So, as I mentioned, this is a Metroidvania game. If you're not familiar with this style of game, all it really means is there are kind of progression checks that you need to get to certain places. So this room, for example, has 2 exits, one going to the right, which is kind of the expected progression, and one that goes upwards, where there's like an item that we could get if we come back here later. But we need an item to get up there, or we need an ability. So that kind of thing is what I mean. There are often places that you have to backtrack and return later on once you've got a certain item or ability, that kind of thing. So right now we've got our gun. It does a burst of 3 shots at once. You might notice I'm doing a bit more than that, and I'll explain that in a moment. But yeah, the game consists of rooms like this. It's fairly simplistic. We're going to get our first ability now, which is Sprint, which allows us to, as you can see, it gives us a bit of a blur and it makes us run faster if we are maintaining direction for a while. So we're going to try and sprint for as much as we can here. That's good. If you do like an immediate kind of turn, then you kind of keep your sprint going, as you saw there on that enemy. But yeah, so what I'm doing kind of a lot of the time here is I am shooting, and then right at the end of the, I guess, the shot cycle, when I'm doing the reload cycle, I will immediately jump and then shoot again, and that allows us to effectively get 6 shots instead of 3. So it's basically skipping the kind of reload cycle for each 2 sets of shots, I guess. So it gives us a burst of 6, more or less, which is obviously pretty useful because it means we can kill some of these enemies in 1 burst rather than 2, and saves just tiny bits of optimization time throughout the run. Yeah, we're going to be using this throughout the whole game, basically, in various different ways. Whoops. Ideally, you want to be getting like 3 and then 3, but sometimes you get 2 and 3 depending on when you jump, that kind of thing. But yeah, we've got our next ability now, which is the frag grenade. As you saw there, we can throw the grenade at enemies. There we go. And we'll use it again in a second here. I think in the next room, actually. Yeah, but we'll use that in the next room, I guess. So you see it just kind of lobs it at the nearest enemy that you're kind of facing, and does a big amount of damage, often killing these weaker enemies. Alright, so we've got a big enemy there, that gives us more XP, which is actually very useful. But we're just going to speed through these rooms. So yeah, the frag grenade is quite interesting. There's a lot of nuance to how it works. First of all, there's a lot of nuance in how you aim it in the first place, because you kind of need to point roughly at the enemy that you wanted to go towards, but it also has distance component as well. But apart from that, there's also, we've got this NPC here who we can upgrade our attributes with. So we're going to talk to them right now. And we're actually going to, yeah, that's actually fine for now. We're going to upgrade our attack twice, but that is Debbie. We can upgrade our attack, our grenade, which is called Matt, and we can also upgrade our defense as well. So we're going to be doing that for everyone, using our hard-earned coins at the top right to do that. Alright, just making our way through these rooms here. Try not to get knocked back there. Unfortunately, we've gone out there twice. Yeah, getting through that room above is actually tricky to do fast. It's a bit risky. Sure, that's fine. Our health is kind of low at this point, but it's actually fine because we are going to level up soon, which restores your health to full. Leveling up, you can see at the top left, we've got level 1, and when that kind of, I guess, radial circle reaches full, it's going to level us up, which is now. And we're immediately going to spend our skill point, which is that blue 0 you see. It was 1 for a moment until I immediately spent it. But we're going to spend that on well, not an ability, but on a skill, basically. In this case, the skill happens to increase both our crit rate and our crit damage as well. So you notice that sometimes it shows critical hit, and we're going to get a bunch more of those now than we were before, which is very useful for this game. Crits are quite important to kind of killing things fast, basically. You ideally want to get crit rate to be as high as possible by the end of the run. Oops. Just try and get rid of this room without dying, and it will be good. This is one of these rooms that's a bit more difficult, but that handled pretty well, which is good. Going to manipulate him to fire upwards so we can get a bit more damage out faster without having to step too far away. Alright, so we've got our next boss, our first boss coming up here in a second actually. And this is going to be Colossus. He is this kind of big robot guy. Oops, did not press that wasn't there. Try that again. There we go. Save. But yeah, Colossus is in the next room after this one. And he's going to be this big robot that we just kind of see the face and the arms, and we're going to try and kill him as fast as we can before he gets to the end of his first cycle. If he gets to the end of his first cycle, he's going to do this big laser beam. That means we have to wait another 8 seconds, so I'm going to try and get this out before he does that. Not caring about damage too much, although we are ideally not going to take too much damage. Yep. As you can see, just immediate grenading as soon as I can here. This looks good. Yeah, there we go. That was a good fight. That's pretty spot on for what I'm expecting for the fight there, which is good. We're going to get our next ability now, which is going to be the jetpack. And this is a very interesting ability for various reasons. So I will explain how this works. This is going to be a double jump, so it's going to give us an extra jump in midair. And one thing to bear in mind here is there's an interesting mechanic to how movement abilities like this work in the game. Specifically this, and also the thrusters as well, which is our next upgrade we'll be getting after this. 1 second. There we go, perfect. So yeah, as you can see, this gives us a double jump with like jets. The kind of key thing to note is whenever you kill an enemy, your double jump gets refreshed in midair, so we can kind of be in the air for quite a while actually while we're killing enemies, and this comes in handy in some rooms. What also comes in handy is that whenever you use your grenade, this thing right here, it actually also refreshes your double jump, so we're going to be using that as well. And also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just counting the bars there so that I know when to start moving so that I can get full sprint speed into this room here. But yeah, this comes in very handy. There's actually one section, I think near the end of this enemy zone, that we'd use that as well. Level up. And it's going to give us multi-shot, which increases the number of shots from 3 to 4. So very useful for doing more damage. That's like a, in theory, a big damage upgrade. So yeah, small skip in this room actually. We're going to... we're meant to take this platform down to the bottom, but we're going to basically take it here and then just jump all the way down. Take a slight damage boost there to get a bit of extra distance. Get rid of these hoppers. Actually go quite a distance, you have to be careful of them. There we go, cool, cool. Oh, that was, interesting strat. That could work for the future, actually. That was an interesting, I don't have a grenade for this enemy now, though, but that's fine. Alright, got a bunch of enemies in here. You might notice that I'm taking these side paths now then to get these boxes. The reason for these boxes being important is they do often give us like lots of money and also scrap. This is the bottom left, it shows collected scrap. And scrap is very useful actually for crafting items. Well, it's needed for crafting items in the game. Once we get to one of the habitation sectors, then we'll be able to craft some items there, and we use scrap for that mainly. So we're going to take detours when we can just to grab some extra scrap for that. Right, pretty good. That room. We've got an optional room again here. I'm going to try and deal with these as quickly as we can here. Good. That was actually a pretty optimal room there, I think. It's kind of funny because if you do that previous room more slowly, that room becomes even more optimal because of the fact that you've got your grenade more quickly, which is kind of funny. So yeah, that's kind of one of those funny quirks about the grenade. The grenade is on a 12-second cooldown, and that will be important later on. Actually, that'll be quite important. Good level up. Alright. I think we're going to grab... yeah, a bit of a defense. We're also going to go ahead and put a point of skill into that. Now watch this. We'll use the grenade to refresh our cooldown on the jump and just get across there without having to take a platform at all. That's kind of what I was meaning earlier when I mentioned this. So very useful strat. This room's got a lot of enemies that move, well, don't really move faster than you, but you're moving faster than them, so we don't want to really stop, ideally. So we're just trying to get through here. Good. That was actually really good room. Oh, okay, hi. Got 3 turrets in here. Okay, that was handled pretty well, I think. So we'll be coming up on our next boss soonish, not just yet, but we'll be getting another save point first of all, before that, of course. Got one more hopper to kill here. The double jump really helps, actually, because that gives us effectively 9 shots potential instead of, you know, only 6. Because, again... oh, thanks. Because, yeah, again, we can shoot, we can jump, we can immediately start shooting again, and then we can immediately start shooting again after the double jump. So, very useful to be able to do that. Okay, I'm actually going to restore my health a little bit here using the vending machine. We can buy some candy, some crisp packets, sorry, potato chips, whatever you like. Okay, there we go. Now we've got a save point. We're going to quickly take a detour upwards just to activate that warp point. Yeah, I'm going to grab that. Yeah, the warp points, you might be able to guess, they let you return back there later once we find another warp point. So that's going to be very useful. But here's our next boss. This is Death Machine X. I like to call it Death Machine X because of the fact that, you know, it looks like an X, or because we're about to kill it, so it's going to be, you know, X Death Machine. But yeah, its name, as you can see at the bottom right, is actually that. We're going to try and kill this in like 1.5 cycles-ish. Fireballs are a bit dangerous there, but we are okay, I think. Oops. Ah, that's unfortunate, I missed that. But it means it'll be a bit slower here. There we go. And we're going to put this point into Rapid Cooling, which is another skill. So there's a big skip coming up actually quite soon. This is basically called, well, I call it Centurion Skip. There is, so this is the second zone of the game. So the third zone of the game is going to consist of us getting an ability called Rat, and then we're going to have to work our way upwards towards the next habitation sector. So we're coming up on the first one here, Sector A. We're going to have to work our way up to Sector B, and then we're going to have to basically fight a boss called Centurion. It can be a potentially difficult boss to fight. But yeah, we're going to skip that ideally, which is even more difficult than the boss, but it should be fine. We are setting ourselves up for this in multiple ways. And one of those ways is by getting that skill there that we purchased called Rapid Cooling, which lets us reduce the cooldown of our grenade every time we get hit by however many points we've got in it. So if we've got 1 point, it's like 1 second of cooldown reduction. 3 seconds actually becomes 3.5 seconds. Sorry, 3 points actually becomes 3.5 seconds of cooldown reduction. So that's actually really good. So we are going to set ourselves up for this. I'll explain what I'm doing in a moment. But yeah, that's going to be very useful. So we're actually going to go down to the third zone here, and we're going to basically get the Rat ability and then do what's called a Death Warp, where we die and... oh, hold on. Oh, well. Okay. Okay, this is a skip I've not found before. Wow. I need to... wow, okay. That's never happened to me before. Okay, interesting. That's good to know, that you can skip that cutscene, sort of. that saves a fair bit of time, so we are not going to save here anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to train ourselves up through a few levels, up to like level 7 and a third, so a third of the way towards level 8. And then we are going to go ahead and get that ability, as I mentioned, and then after that we are going to be set to do our big skip. So the big skip is going to involve going across like 13 different screens in space. And it's going to be fairly difficult to pull off. It's going to involve basically using a lot of enemies in space to recharge our cooldowns and various other things. So it's going to be kind of fairly involved. And it's a fairly difficult skip to do. If we pull it off, we'll probably have like 10 HP left. Oh my goodness me. Hi. Yeah, we'll probably have like 10 HP after it's done. So honestly, that's ideal. Sometimes I've gotten there with like 2 HP, which is a bit more risky, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully it goes okay. I'm really selling it right now. Right, this enemy here we're going to train on for a little bit. We're almost level 6, which is good. There we go. We're going to immediately put that point into vapor cooling. I could probably have waited, but yeah. We're going to put one more point into vapor cooling, and then that will give us a 3.5 second cooldown reduction on the grenade every time we get hit, which is obviously very useful. Good. Almost over 7 now, which is good. Don't want to die though. That would be not very ideal, to be honest. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, let's just take it slowly here. Thank you. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna upgrade our cooling again because we kind of need it at this point. So yeah, again, we do want to get to about a third of the way to level 8. So we're gonna do this a little bit here still. Again, using rapid cooling to do this a bit faster, obviously, which is very useful indeed. I think one more should be good. Yeah, that's good. Taking a bit of intentional damage because we are setting ourselves up for the death blob, as I mentioned. Oh! Oh my goodness. Well, that's... not ideal. Right, we're going to have to go back down there again. Yeah, I died a bit too early, unfortunately, so that's fine. I should maybe get the warp point in the future, just as a safety thing. There's a warp point down there that we can touch, and it does activate it. So I might do that in future just to make sure that we've got a safety, kind of safety net in case that does happen. I'll do that this time around as well, just to show you what that is like. So that is just going up here. Alright. Well, anyway, our levels are good now, which is great. So we don't have to do the farming again, which is good. Alright. You can see these rooms are actually fairly quick once you kind of know what you're doing in them. Kind of need to get past this enemy if we can. There we go. Just going to give it some intentional damage here again. Never mind. There we go. Oh! No, yeah, let me maybe not do that. Okay, we should be good now. 2 more rooms to go, and then we're going to be getting our ability in a couple of rooms after that. There we go. Alright, so this is going to be that. This is not the ability yet, by the way. This is just a thing for story purposes, basically, that doesn't actually give us it yet. We're going to get it in the next room from here when it gets activated, and you'll immediately see what it actually does. It's kind of cool, honestly. We become a mouse or a rat, but yeah. I think it is actually a rat. But we're going to go back on ourselves and we are going to immediately do this. So to be clear, what we're going to do here is we are going to basically do a death warp back to Sector A. We're going to basically cross 13 screens over to Sector B, and this is going to be probably quite a bit more damage, I have to say. Yeah. And defense is probably good. But yeah, this is going to be fairly difficult, so I'm going to focus out a bit here. You notice me making full use of cooldown reductions and various other things like replenishing. So, okay. Good so far. Now, we crafted the O2 kit. We also crafted the O2 Plus, which requires scrap. And as a result of doing that, that second one there actually gives us a bit of oxygen back every time we kill an enemy. So we're going to use this to just keep ourselves... I'm actually going to... yeah, I'm going to give that. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. But yeah, we're going to use this to replenish our oxygen to full here. We also got level up midway through as well, which is kind of expected. We got it earlier than expected, so I think it's because I died. But yeah, almost full oxygen now. I think we're full. I'll do one more just in case. I can't really tell. That looks good. That should be good, I think. Now we're going to buffer ourselves across here and try and get across another 2 screens, I believe. We should get a cooldown reduction again. And there we have it. That is a really good skip. That's 20 health left. That is honestly phenomenal for that skip. So yeah, I will absolutely take that in a run, even despite the death. Now, we have in Sector B, we have skipped a boss. Give me that, please. Thank you. Now, it just so happens that because we've skipped part of the story has actually skipped us, it turns out. So what's happened here is we do not have any cutscenes for a while because, you know, the story doesn't know where we are, basically. So we have kind of subverted its expectations. It's doing the same to us by not giving us anything. However, we don't get a warp point or a save point right now. Like, the game is not going to give us it from Sector B. So that is important to note. It's going to be a bit very dangerous. For the next little while here. So I'm going to be taking it very carefully in these rooms. This room in particular, we need to kill all the enemies, and so we need to be a bit careful there. Just going to take this slowly, I think. Nope. Thank you. I want the XP from this enemy actually, because we're almost level up to 9, which is good. Oh, really? Okay, come on. There we go. So these purple enemies are similar to the kind of mechanoids that we've seen already, but they take a lot more damage to kill. They've got armor plating basically, so we can't really easily kill them without just using a grenade. There's a level up though, and we're actually going to put this immediately into shield, which is useful. You notice we've got a shield around us every time we use our grenade now. That'll give us a temporary shield that goes away when we get hit by projectile damage. Only projectile damage, not anything else. I'm going to get Matt and defense, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of projectile stuff in the game that is kind of important to dodge, so this is going to be quite useful later on, especially in things like the final boss. So yeah, that's going to be quite good to have. Again, alternating jumping and shooting here to make sure that we're hitting this enough to just get up super fast. Well, faster than normal. Speeding into this room and kill the enemy that is placed there to basically annoy you if you're on a good pace. Not speaking from experience or anything. Okay. That was a pretty good section anyway. Not too bad. These anaboloids give you a fair amount of XP, so killing that one there. Whoops. Just gonna speed through this. Jumping in water gives you a lot more height, so we're trying to avoid jumping that in that bit in particular, because we don't want to bang off the door on the way. Like, it literally gives you that much height. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, that should be fine to do, I think. This room takes a bit of time, but we'll try. Oh, we aggroed you. Nope. That's unfortunate, but that's fine. Just need to watch out for that enemy on the left there. Oh, sure. Sure, we'll kill you with that, it's fine. But yeah, we've got a mini-boss here. Whoops. It's not ideal damage there, but it's fine, I guess. Okay. I think we've got a save point coming up here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. That's the wrong way. Yeah, we want to save before we do the boss, ideally. So we're actually going to make heavy use of that combat ability right now. The kind of shooting bile out of its stomach, I guess. But this is going to be quite useful for this boss, because the key thing that it has over our weapon is range. It has range, and it also has spam ability, using jumps, which we already kind of have, but you'll see what I mean in a moment here. So we're just going to spam as much as we can here on the top. Oh, don't fall off the edge, please, thank you, that'd be good. Getting that one leg ideally before the end of the cycle, that'd be good. There we go. Cool. Now we've got one more cycle to go. Getting the head first, ideally. There we go, good, good. Oh, nope. Oh my goodness me, I'm gonna die. Oh, no. Okay, I got a bit carried away there. Yeah, let's try that again. This boss is normally not too difficult. If you try and go a bit too fast, though, some of the damage can kind of add up, as you saw there. Okay. It's also just a very funny boss to see. Like, I love seeing this boss, honestly. Okay. Shows a grenade again. There we go. Yep, cool. I want to get the arm if I can. There we go. Cool. Okay, we've got to level up early. That's actually really good. I'm just going to do that now, actually, I think. I'm going to give myself an extra... I want to get the head first. There we go. Cool. I might even get that before the... Nope, not quite. There we go. Okay, that's cool. That was a good boss fight. So yeah, that was Marathon Man. That's one of my favourite bosses in the game, I guess. I think part of it's just the music. The music is great in this, honestly. The music in the whole game is honestly pretty good. But yeah, we're going to get the alien egg ability now, which is going to give us, well, an alien that follows us around. Kind of like a Metroid lava in, you know, Metroid. I don't know what else it would be in. But yeah, it follows us around and just helps us out with pushing buttons and also giving us a bit of extra damage, which is pretty useful, obviously. So it's going to be that. Now, because the entirety of Sector B was deactivated, by the way, we can actually return back to Sector B, but we need to. So how are we going to do this, I wonder? We're going to use space again. Yeah, that makes sense, right? And this is the warp point. We're going to grab that for safekeeping, by which I mean we need to come back here later. But then we're just going to jump straight into this base and make our way down and try and find some enemies on the way. Yeah, let's get you, actually. There are some jellies around that we can grab, basically. Yeah, I'm going to grab you. Yeah, let's... I knew there were gels around here. I need to check this out where I am because we don't want to bump into the ground too much here. I think we're probably fine. Yeah, we're absolutely fine. There we go. I always kind of overestimate how far we need to go to the side there. I am going to quickly take a... Did that open? Yeah, that opened. I'm going to take a quick save point just in case, because I don't want to have to return back there again. And we're going to grab a couple of those in an attributes there. Alright, so we're going into the next kind of enemy zone now. The music here is also very relaxing, it's pretty good. I'm going to try and speed through these rooms pretty quickly. We do want to kill you because you give a fair bit of XP. There we go. These enemies actually take too many hits to kill, so we're going to completely ignore them. There's a lot of that kind of like figuring out which enemies are probably best to kill because a lot of enemies take quite a bit of efforts just to try and kill basically. Although I am reminded of one mini-boss towards the end of the game. Yeah, there you go. There's one mini-boss towards the end of the game that actually takes a fair bit of effort to kill, and we have to kill it, unfortunately, so there's that. That was pretty good of him. We're going to drop straight down, dash through you. Yeah, one thing I didn't mention is if you're familiar with the concept of iframes, if you're not even, iframes means invulnerability frames. The dash gives you invulnerability frames for the duration that it's going on, so as you saw there, I was able to dash through those enemies in that room just very briefly while that was going on. No! That I was in the wrong place there. I think the enemy was in the wrong place actually, but yeah, let's blame it on the enemy. Good. My health is a bit low, but I'm almost level up, so it's actually fine. This should give me it. Nope, not quite. Gonna save my grenade here for reasons. There we go. Cool. Right, we're gonna use that under the shield, I think, because shields are quite useful right here now. And yeah, you saw me making use of the extra jumps from killing those enemies there. Wow, thanks. This is Gigantus. We see a few Gigantes in the run. Right, cool. Yeah, we're gonna get attacked there, I think. It's probably good. Let me grab that just in case of stuff. Yeah, these rooms are a bit more simple. This one's a bit less simple actually, but we're gonna get a fair bit of XP from it, which is good. These coarser squimps just kind of walk away, and they are a good amount of XP, thankfully. As you can see, we're doing a fair bit of damage to these things now. We've already seen this boss before, obviously. But yeah, able to dispatch it fairly quickly there. Perfect, okay. Gonna just... no, yep. Haha, you thought you got me there. But we're gonna just manually skip these enemies there. That room's not particularly useful. These enemies give a bit more XP, so we're going to get them. We get a bonus of way out as well, we can kill them again. But no, we've got our save point coming up, we've got our next boss as well, so this is going to be a bit more of a difficult boss. I should maybe have gotten defense, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Attack's good here. Okay. Quick. Okay. This does do damage, despite it being the kind of pre-boss sequence, so bear that in mind. This will do a fair bit of damage to us. This boss actually does a fair bit of damage. This is Genbu, and we're going to try and get inside him and kill the eye, like 4 times in a row. So we're going to, first of all, start this off by destroying his kind of armor plating here. It's taking a while, wow. There we go. That's better. Okay. Oh, it's done. Okay, not there yet. It's not the best, but it's fine. We've got extra time to get into mandibles, which is good. Okay, good. Okay, gonna take a damage boost here actually. Once this arm, oh, well, once this leg, I guess, moves. Oh, yeah, not ideal. Only one would have been good there. I'm gonna wait a minute. So the mandals go further down. Okay, that's good. That's a good fight. So we don't take damage now. That'd be good. And yeah, that is Genbu. Yeah. His name just slipped to mind for a moment there, but yeah, that is Genbu. That was a pretty good fight, honestly. It's very easy to die there, especially if the mandibles get out of sight there, obviously. You have to kind of use alternate damage with strats. Alright. So we've got vehicle key now. We're going to immediately go back on ourselves. We're going to upgrade, first of all, to another multi-shot. That gives us 5 shots now instead of 4, and instead of 3. We're going to quickly save. We're going to get a bit of defense here, actually, for very important sequence break reasons coming up. And we're going to grab this warp point and come back all the way over here to where we originally grabbed that warp point that I mentioned. We are basically now able, with vehicle key, to control the mech that goes into space, but we're not going to learn how to do it. We're just going to do it. And because of this, the game is expecting us to do its kind of tutorialization of this, but we're not going to do that. So we are going to be in a state of temporal flux. No, we're going to be in a state where the game doesn't know what to do again. So this is sort of a sequence break, in that this is going to basically skip a bunch of cutscenes once again. So we're going to get hit by one of them. Going to adjust our position slightly. Going to try and get... Yeah, good. Then we're going to pretty much take a direct line just in this direction right now. There's not so much going on here. Just flying over to the next zone. This is probably the most difficult segment of the game. I'll be honest, because there's a lot going on here, and there's not really any way to heal, unfortunately. So we're going to have to be very careful here. As you'll notice, because we did a sequence break, this save point is just not here. Neither is that warp point above us, so we're going to have to be extra careful. Oh, no, extra careful. Speedrun noises. So we are going to probably grab, kind of slow, but we're going to grab a bit of extra XP just in case there. Okay, good. Oh, that damaged me? Well, okay. Really? That's gonna not hit me, good. I'd like to get this XP, ideally. There we go, I just wanted to get that enemy. That gives us a lot of XP there. So, yeah. So yeah, having shield up is often quite good. Some of these rooms are pretty difficult, so I'm not at the HP that I'd like to be honest. That was also pretty risky, but I'm going to try that again, I think. Ah, come on, hang on. I just want to get rid of that. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that is one of the most scary parts of this segment, honestly. The whole segment is pretty scary because, again, we have to do the entire space walk back if we don't manage to make it to the save point. Alright, gonna be careful here. This one's actually scary as well. I want to give us XP because we almost level up, which is good. Please. Thank you. Whew. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that hopper come to me. Yeah, that was... I'd like to... Oh! Okay, I need that level up. Oh my goodness me. I'm going to get more crit rate and damage, I think. Yeah, that is the scariest part of the game, honestly, for me. Because just of the lack of save point. We've got another Gigantus here. This is still scary, but we should be okay as long as he doesn't walk too close towards us. Which he can, but thankfully he's walking backwards, which is great. We've got a save point coming up here now, which is where it gets a bit less scary. I'm going to grab some defense, I think. Right, now we're kind of out of the woods in a sense. There we go, cool. We've got a bunch of these enemies in here, overclocked Centurions. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I'm going to die in one hit. Nope, 2 hits, never mind. Yeah, I think the bullets do more damage to that. But we just need to be a bit careful here, honestly. I can't wait to see what's going on. Okay, phew. There we go. Right, this room's not too difficult, it's just difficult to optimize. This was a lot of moving around left and right on it. Alright. Shield really helps with these, especially because of the bullets. There we go. Not too bad. Yeah, we're still not out of the woods, obviously. A death here would be pretty bad. But we almost level up, which is good. You're getting a bit too close. I want to get a bit of one of these first, that'd be good. Yeah. Can you move backwards, please? There you go. Okay, almost level up, still. Not quite there yet, but... There we go. Okay, that's what I like to see. We're gonna put a point into Duplicator here. Duplicator is a very useful ability that actually combos quite well with what we've got so far. By ability I mean skill. But yeah, what it does is, whenever we do crit damage, it will give us a bit of cooldown reduction on our grenade, which is very helpful for doing more DPS. Sure, we'll do it like that, I guess. Some of these rooms are still a bit tricky. We'll focus a bit, especially because we want some more XP ideally here. I don't think we're going to get another level before Demon Blade. Demon Blade is the next boss, to be clear. But I don't think we're going to get that, unfortunately. Yeah, Demon Blade's right here. Yeah, we'll take attack. Attack's probably more worth it at this point. So yeah, this is one of the coolest boss arenas that I've seen in this game, as you will see in a moment. Here, we have Demon Blade right over there. He's this big dragon, looks kind of like Ridley, if you played Metroid. And we are going to have to basically navigate around this. He's going to slam the platform with his head and try and hit us there, obviously. You see our crit rate's doing massive work here. Lassic, whatever. Whoops. No. Yeah, I shouldn't have jumped there. It's unfortunate, but okay. So yeah, this is a pretty slow boss in the speedrun. I don't know why I tried that, but I think I landed between two flames, which is good. We've kind of missed a couple of cycles here, unfortunately, so it's fine. Okay, about halfway done with this right now, which is good. Didn't get the hit, unfortunately. We tried to drop the grenade in the middle there. It can hit sometimes. This boss does give us a fair bit of money, like I think you get money per each hit, which is great. As you see there. Just gonna get our shield back. That's why I threw the grenade there. Want to make sure we don't get hit by the bullets. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm moving for. Okay, we're almost done. Demon Void now. Now. Nope, didn't get that. That's fine though. One more cycle should do it, I think. Of the left to right, I think. Yeah, there we go. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, that could probably have been improved upon in some ways, for sure. But I will want to take that. That was not too bad, to be honest. Alright, now we're going to go and get our next ability, which is the jump jet, or jump jets. That's going to be a kind of more niche ability, but you can see that this allows us to get quite a lot of vertical momentum from the ground. Also going to have to navigate destroying those boxes. The most difficult part of the game. But yeah, we are going to quickly upgrade some stuff here. We're going to get some gloves, wristband as a result, and then glasses. Oh, we've got enough for goggles. Cool. That's not normally the case. Excellent. That might be because we died, actually. Interesting. Yeah, I think we're going to save and get some... we'll get... Yeah. Yeah, we'll get more damage for our grenade as well. It's probably worth it, I think. Alright, next section. Again, no cutscenes. Cutscenes are still broken, which is great. They're going to be broken for a bit longer, which is really funny. But yeah, this section here actually... Oh, my goodness me. Okay, good level up. But yeah, we're going to have to be extra careful here, by the way. There's a lot we can kill us very easily here. We're going to grab static electricity. Wait for these bullets. Oh, please. Thank you. Thank you. So static electricity is actually very useful. You notice that it does a bit of damage to enemies around us whenever it kills one. As you see there. It's kind of very useful. Whoops. Thanks. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, not the best section there, honestly. It's fine. But yeah, ideally I wouldn't have taken damage there. I'm tempted to just take a death and try it again, but I think we'll be fine. We'll just go for it. Oh my goodness me. You can see us making use of the momentum here, just staying in the air. We've got a variant now of Gigantus, who basically whenever it's around, he fires rocks everywhere. We can just destroy these, so it's not too much of an issue. Okay, I panicked a bit, but it's fine. Okay, good. We're just gonna... Yeah, these hoppers are a bit of an issue, but we're fine. The next room down below this, I believe, is the most difficult room for me in the game. Just gonna be very careful here. Well, I would discount the bosses. Just get rid of one of these first, please. That'd be good. Okay, good. I need to ideally not die here. Okay, good. I want to take that. We're not out of the woods yet, so we've got more enemies to kill. I also nearly reset that room as well, because it does have gates in it. But thankfully we're okay. Okay, we've got a save point. Yeah. Phew. Don't have enough money for... we'll upgrade this a bit, it's fine. Yeah, I think we do need to get our mat attribute up a bit more anyway, so it's fine, honestly. I just like doing that. Alright, this room is fine. I thought it was a different room for a second. There's one later on that's coming up that's a bit more difficult. I believe in the next zone, not in this zone. But yeah, a lot of these rooms sometimes get a bit more difficult as we go on. But we do want to kind of try and get as much experience as we can. Ideally, we're trying to hope... we're hoping to finish the game with like kind of over 20-ish. Possibly 21, but we'll see how things go. Okay, that was really good. Wow. That was a phenomenal room there, actually. We're going to use our level up right now, actually, to get a third shield. That's always useful. Good. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, we could just skip this, basically. But one more enemy to fight, and then we've got our save point, and then our next boss fight coming up just right here. So we're going to upgrade our mat. This is going to be important for this boss fight, actually, for reasons that you'll see in just a moment. And here we have another cool arena, actually. All these arenas are pretty cool. Like, this game is generally kind of pretty interesting to me. So this is Roller Master. Gonna basically keep our shield as long as we can here. I could actually do with more duplicator, to be honest, because I could use more reduction cooldown. There we go. Not bad at all. That was pretty good. Come on, there you go. Ah! Okay, that's cool, that's cool. It's fine. Okay, this is the final phase here. Just need to try and get rid of these as fast as we can. If we get hit there, it's fine, because Rollmaster is dead. He's going to just roll around. He's turning into Sonic. If you've watched Sonic Prime. If you haven't, you wouldn't know what I mean, but yeah. But now we're going to get the green goo ability, which is, I think, our final major ability of the game, really. I'm going to get some candy first of all. And yeah, we can fly now. Whoops. Except when I fail to do it, but yeah, we can fly. So we're going to immediately save, and we're going to go to the final area of the game. Yeah, we get more of that, I think. I say final area of the game, we're going to go to the second final area of the game. This is the kind of final main zone of the game before the final actual area, which is a bit different. But yeah. The music here is also really good. Like, it's been stuck in my head for the past, I don't know how long anymore. It's been quite a while. It kind of... Ow. It kind of has like a very retro feel to it, but also it is kind of more modern in how it sounds, so it's cool. I like it. Gonna get a bit more horizontal speed there by jumping out and back into bat form. Good, okay. Once the damage is fine, because we're gonna heal to vending machine soon anyway. There we go. Okay. Gonna run our way up the wall here. This is actually faster than flying by a little bit, so we're gonna do that, which is useful. The game is now going to warn us that we're proceeding with skipping cutscenes, which is really funny because we've been doing that the entire game. But yeah, we're going to be very careful here. Some of these segments here are actually pretty dangerous. Things can kill us in 3 hits, so we need to be very careful still. I'm going to wait. I don't trust that. I'm going to wait. Oh, why are you firing that way? Yeah, we'll just do this. It's fine. Okay. Wow, I've not seen that before. But okay. Okay. That's pretty good, but... Oh, why are you firing upwards? Huh. Not ideal damage there. That's not what I was wanting, but we've got level up soon, which is good. There we go. And we're going to put that straight into duplicator, I think. We've been kind of lacking a bit of duplicator damage there. Or cooldown reduction. I feel less comfortable without the shield up, so I'm just trying to play that a bit safe there. Oh, hello. Okay, sure. There we go. Yeah, these flying enemies are some of the worst. Because they kind of go into the walls and make it difficult to hit them. That was good. Come on, come on. There we go. Cool. Yeah, the damage of enemies, by the way, scales up over the course of the game. So we are not wanting to get hit by enemies, ideally, because we're going to do like the fire especially is going to do like 43 damage to us. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness me. It's fine. We've got a save point here anyway. But yeah, that's a bit scary. I'll be honest. Go. Oh, thanks. Could just pretty much skip this room and deal with the shellies in here as well. Oh, that was... Ugh. Okay, that's fine. Now, this is one of my least favourite rooms because a lot can go wrong in here. Yeah, I don't trust that at all. Okay. That's the most difficult part of the room done. Ah, you hit me. Fine, I don't care. I'm just gonna... Right, this room is potentially very deadly. Next section in. Just gonna be very careful to avoid those flying ones. Those two can come at you from both sides, which makes it very difficult to dodge them. But thankfully that went okay. Got a jump scare guy over here. Alright, that was pretty good, honestly. I will absolutely take that. Cool. Got a big Gigantus here. Gonna avoid him, he's gonna do a lot of damage to us. We're not out of the woods after this room, by the way, so we want to be very careful. I am going to quickly... I don't have an upgrade. What am I doing? I thought I did. I almost am. I might just do that now. Just, yeah. We're going to get Ricochet, which is going to ricochet our bullets off of enemies, as you'll see occasionally. And it's going to be very useful for destroying large groups of enemies. Cool. That nearly hit me, but we're fine. Got a couple of difficult rooms still before we are done. This room in particular is a bit annoying, but we're fine. Okay. Alright. Got a couple of more to go. This is the last one we've got that's particularly worrying, so we're just going to be a bit careful here. There we go. Okay, got a save point, and then we've got our next boss, which is the second final boss of the game, I guess, technically. Get a bit of defense, it's going to be very useful. This is going to be a revisit of Colossus from the very first boss of the game. But we've got the actual big boss here. This is Colossus Machina. So he's actually going to be quite a bit more difficult for us. And we're going to make use of this kind of double, not double, but like kind of jumping up and down to basically spam our attacks here. And we're gonna manipulate where he's shooting to make sure that we're safe, basically. Okay, thankfully we didn't get hit there, which is good. But yeah, we're just gonna unload as much as we can into him. I need a shield, ideally. That'd be good. Ooh, okay. This boss can be very difficult. We die in basically, like, I think 3 hits. So it is fairly deadly. So we want to be a bit careful here, ideally. What am I missing? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's okay. Good. So we've got 3 phases. That's phase 1. No! Well, that's a bit unfortunate, but it's... okay, well, sure, fine. If we die, it's what it is, but ideally we'd like not to die if we can. But yeah, sometimes Colossus Machina chooses you to die. Okay. Just gonna play it a bit safe here. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. It's fine. No! Oh my goodness, that nearly hit me. That nearly hit me. Okay, one more phase to go. One more phase to go, and we're still very close to death. Again. So, still pretty scary. Just going to manipulate this to go upwards instead. There we go. Pretty good. Oh my goodness me! Okay. So that's unfortunate. That can happen. You just get hit by the foot. I think I was just too close actually. So yeah, we're gonna try and do this a bit better this time, I guess. That's fine. So let's spam as much as we can here. And then that was pretty good. Come on. Okay, there we go. Good. That's what I have to see. Okay. Just gonna make our way around here, I guess. There we go. That's better. There we go. Good. Okay. Yeah, the rat form is really good for this boss, as you can see there, obviously. There's a lot going on that you can hit. Okay, good, good. Just get a bit further away. Don't want to get hit this time. Good. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Should be phase 2? Yeah, cool. That was a pretty good phase 2 as well, actually. Okay. Yeah, if you get too close to the ground there in front of him, then he will actually do that special attack there. And a bit because it goes for stealing. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. Everything's fine. This might be damageless. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I just took damage nearly. Yeah, that was damageless causes, which I'm not gonna. Wow. Although that was the second try, I honestly will happily take that. That's pretty good. Also, we've got a bit of extra money as well and experience from having to fight him twice, because you get experience from each part you destroy. So yeah. Gonna grab the antimatter now. So we've got to go back to Sector 8 now. So we're going to just make our way getting some boxes first of all, of course. Because, yeah, we need boxes. Thanks. There we go. But yeah, that was the second final boss of the game. We're going to make our way towards the final boss now via the Vinyl Zone. So make our way over to... Yep, here we go. That's Sector A. And then we're going to speak to the captain, finally. Oops, nice. Thank you. So yeah, the final zone coming up here is fairly difficult. We can pretty much breeze through it, I would say. I can't see what level I'm at now, but I think I'm 18. I'll check. Because if I'm 18, I'll probably want to farm a bit. If I'm 19, then it's a lot better. So, yeah. I think we're almost 19 is what I'm thinking. But yeah, we've got a lot of cutscenes here. Now is a good chance to stand up, take a break, stretch if you need to, and also hydrate. I'm going to hydrate while I'm doing this as well. Okay. We do have actually like a fair bit of time to save towards the halfway house, so my splits are, I mean, they are accurate, but also they are not super accurate in that we can save a fair bit of time there. So this is still very much within pace potentially. Alright. Yep, 18. Okay, I thought so. That's fine. Got a couple of cutscenes still to go. I do wonder if there's a way to skip this. I don't know. I don't think there is, but yeah, because we need the ability to get through the radiation, which is around the final zone. Right, we're going to save and we're going to upgrade our attack twice. And then immediately warp back up to the end of Marathon Man, which we saw earlier. So this is actually going to take us here. You'll remember this. We went out into space. It's where we got the alien egg, but whoops. But yeah, we're going to grab the mech now, and we're going to make our way straight up to the final part of the game now that we can do that. Right. Should be able to direct ourselves, like, just right there. Miss Vagelis get hit by one asteroid, I think. Oh, no, get hit by it. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, then that should take us just to the right place. Yeah. Go up and then immediately up. And then once we hit radiation poisoning, it should be 2 more screens after that. Yeah, I've got this whole place mapped out in my head. I've done this a few times, as you can maybe imagine. But yeah, the music here, by the way, is phenomenal. I'm going to be quiet for a moment while you listen to it. And while I focus on this area. Got a couple of cutscenes still, actually. Gonna grab the save point, so we don't have to do that walk again. I'm just gonna please through this, I think. Ooh. Okay, you fired a bit too late there. It's surprising, but it's okay. So this Elder will probably give us a level up, we'll see. But I'd be surprised if not. This is our first instance of the Elder, which is an enemy exclusive to this area of the game. Yeah, that's a level up. I'm just going to give myself more duplicator, I think. Oh, that was close. Yeah, I don't want to take too much damage here, ideally, but we're fine. Yeah, we'll get this XP. I think it's actually worth it. Gives us a fair bit. Also gives us a fair bit of damage as well, which is not good. But yeah, sure. Now you want to be careful here because it's very hard to see where the enemies are off screen, and there's one that's firing up there, which is obviously not the best. Stay back, thank you. You can see Ricochet doing its work there for sure. We're going to skip this Elder because it's not worth it, honestly. But we are going to get this enemy here because it is worth it. Okay, cool. This enemy we need to be very careful for, so we're going to use our shields for this. To great effect. We've got 3 of them for a reason, because they allow us to skip a lot of these bullets, as you can see. And yeah, that makes that super easy. We've got our save point coming up now. As I said, we've got a lot of time save here. Yeah? There we go. Whoops. Wrong button. Okay, that's fine. Right, so this final area we have to actually go through like 2 different paths, and we have to do both of them basically. I'm gonna play that safe, to be honest, just in case. I've died too many times in this area, to be honest. Please? Come on, there you go. There you go. Right, this Elder can be dangerous, but we're going to be... He can also teleport into the wall as well sometimes, which is great. Yeah, that's not ideal. There we go. Yeah, just go, just go, just go. It's fine. We're going to skip these. We don't need to deal with that room, to be honest. We've got a Gigantus Quake here. Gonna watch out for rocks, but try and get the XP from this if we can. He's going to walk right towards us, which is not ideal. Thank you. There you go. Got a couple of more rooms to go that are a bit scary, but yeah, this room especially. We should get level up from here, I believe. Come on. Come at me. Maybe not. Well, I'm sure I'll be fine. Yeah. This is Ibat. You can do a lot of damage to Ibat, actually. Yeah, that's Ibat done. I realised you didn't see it, Ibat. Ibat is a large bat with an eye. Just like the one we were carrying around, actually, but bigger. Quite a bit bigger. About the size of that door. But yeah, that was pretty good. As far as that goes. I'm gonna grab some candy and then go to the next room. We should get level up here, I think. It should be good. And now we're just gonna, I think, breeze through here. We're gonna grab the duplicator first of all. Too much damage. Not ideal there, but it's okay. Okay, yeah, my damage is, or rather my health is not particularly great, to be honest, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Oh my goodness, I forgot that was there. The end of this room is a bit dangerous, but yeah, we just need to not die, ideally. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Yeah, thanks. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait again. There we go. Okay, that nearly killed me, but we're fine. So now we've got our next mini-boss. This is the longest mini-boss in existence, and I think I mentioned this earlier as enemies taking a while to kill. This is going to take a while to kill. That's kind of an understatement, but yeah, it's going to take a while. So this is a great time to relax, put your feet up, put your feet down if you like as well. Other positions are available. But yeah, we're going to be basically dive bombing these from above. We cannot kill them fast enough to stop the oncoming storm of them. Thankfully, our Ibat helps a lot with this, actually, our alien. So yeah, this is going to help us quite a bit. One hit will be death, by the way, for us. I might just take this a bit slowly, actually, just in case. My hand's getting a bit sore from mashing. We do get a lot of money from this, though, which is funny as well. So yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, as you can see, the grenades really help a lot with cleaning these up. Cool, yeah. I should be able to just get them all from here, maybe? Maybe not. I think that's all of them? Yeah. Okay, thank goodness. That fight's kind of scary, I'll be honest. Just because if we, like, you know, it's fine, but like if you get hit when you're on like low HP like that, then, you know, then it's scary, obviously. So we've got 3 more enemies before final boss. We're just going to skip them. These are 3 elders. Right, let's see if we can do this effective with them. Yeah, we're going to get some more defense, I think. Should maybe have got a mat, but it's fine. I forgot to split, but we'll split now. Alright, this is the final boss. We've got to fight 2 forms of this. First of all, this is Astral Seraph, that we can see here, this big giant thing right here now. But yeah, we're gonna be very careful here. There's a lot that can go wrong in this fight, to be clear, and so I'm gonna focus a bit here. But yeah, there's 3 phases of this first form, and then there's 3 phases of the second form as well, so we need to be very careful not to get hit. 3 hits will kill us, so like, yeah, any 3 hits, to be honest. So just try and be careful, basically, with this. Okay, let's move shield back, that's good. Thankfully the bat is very effective at doing this kind of thing. So yeah. Oh my goodness, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I panicked right away. I did not see the attacks until it was too late, I think. So yeah. Get that hand. Right, that should be the first phase of this form done. Got to do that another 2 times. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thanks. Trying to keep shield up as much as we can here, basically. Shield is very useful here. As you can probably imagine, there's a lot of projectile stuff going on, as you can see. Whoops, wrong direction, but that's fine. Okay, I would like my shield. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, having shield up here is pretty much kind of mandatory, honestly, for this fight. There's a lot going on. I would have liked to get the arm there, but so yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but we'll get it here, it's fine. I guess we'll get the leggies. Leggies. Okay, good. Second form done. Okay. Yeah, missing the jump jets is not what we want there, of course. Okay, shield is ideal to have there. It's actually good. Whoops. No, my goodness me. Okay. I'm just gonna wait. Where am I going? Like these, I think. Yeah. That would kill me there, I think. Okay. Alright. Final form. This is the actual alien portal now, and this is going to be what we fight before we complete the game. So we're going to largely make use of the alien form here, as much as we, well, I guess with, you know, with bat form, as much as we can here. Especially to make use of our shield. The shield is, again, very useful. Right, that's phase 1 done. We've got another 2 phases to go now. Just 2 phases and then we're finished the game, which is great. Okay, that was kind of close, but we're fine. Ah, come on. There we go. Nope, let's, yeah, let's maybe subvert that a bit. Got like one more to do. Come on, please. There you go. You are like right in the corner, aren't you? Fine. Alright, one more for him to go. Okay. Come on. Now. Four more to go, I believe. I think. Yeah. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. No, it's actually active now. Yeah, cool. Okay, time's coming up soon. And time. That is a PB. That is 1:28:22-ish. I'll have to retime that because there's no autosplitter for this. Time begins on pressing the new game button, and it ends upon, you know, the first frame of the health bar disappearing. So yeah, that was Rolling Star any %. And that is the alien portal defeated. At last, at long last. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I will be uploading this to YouTube. This is probably where you're watching it on YouTube, actually. But yeah, I'm going to skip through the cutscenes here and let the credits roll, as that is a PB and that is also a world record. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. Despite us losing a lot of time, like, we've got a lot of time saved later in the run, I guess earlier in the run, because we even failed the Centurion skip, like, once, I think, right? I don't think we failed it. No, we died before it, I think. Yeah, that was the issue there. We just did the death warp too early, which is kind of funny. But yeah, we died to something else as well, and I can't remember what it was. We died to the jump jet split. Yeah, I don't honestly remember what boss that was that we died to now. It's been a while. But regardless, we still managed to pull it back, which is good. So yeah. Got a few more cutscenes to go through here. But yeah, this game is great. I'm still actively looting this, figuring things out. Like, Centurion Skip is very recent, by which I mean that's the past few days basically that I've properly formalised it. I've been working on it for a week, and yeah, it's now in a state that it is feasible to do. It's difficult, but it's feasible, as you saw me do here. Getting across that gap is very satisfying, and not having to fight Centurion, which if you've not seen this game before, you wouldn't know what Centurion is. But it's this dangerous worm that has different segments you have to destroy. It's a fairly quick boss, but like the problem is, in order to be fairly quick, you basically need to spend a lot of your health damage boosting off of it. And yeah, that's not good, because we do not have that much health in the third zone of the game. Regardless, I'm going to stop yapping now and let you enjoy the credits music, which is Zone 1's music, so one of my favourite songs of the game. But thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.